The energy released by the pyramid's apexes is generated at the core of Earth. When Earth was manufactured by us, humanity, it was built from the inside out. The first phase of the project consisted in manufacturing the core. Then all the other parts were fitted on top of the core as phases were completed. So Earth itself was assembled from the core out. The surface layer was the last phase of the project. And then there is a visual sequence representing this text. So that's why we are able with our planet to create universes. And the energy release point is the Pyramid of Giza. Why? Because that energy needs to come from somewhere, right? Well, it comes from the core of the planet, which is these spherical singularities, which I'm going to explain what it is, and it's the core of it, and it's the next page. But that energy is released, and with that we create everything. In fact, we power everything. And there is when you are creating and building, you need to have plans, right? Blueprints. You need to have design, architecture, engineering, all sorts of requirements if you're intelligent as a species and a civilization to manufacture things. This is a requirement of manufacturing. When you're a builder, you need to have a building system, a metric system, and our metric system is infinite because it's a sphere. So everything that we build is spherical in nature. This is why in order for you to build a sphere, which is our planet, you need to do it spheres within spheres within spheres. And I'm going to explain the process as the next pages start to unravel. But it starts at the core, and you start with a smaller sphere, and then that builds on top, and you have layers, spherical layers on top of each other, and eventually that ends up as a big sphere. And then the top of it is like the last bit, because the surface, what we call the biosphere, and everything that you see, it's all technology manufactured with our own technologies. What we call nature, what we see on the surface, is essentially our technology that we have mastered, and we render it in fractals because we have mastered all the elements in creation, everything that exists. So we can choose the way in which we render reality. And because it's our choice, we decided that the best way to do it in terms of technology and energy was using organic and inorganic, and using fractals as the mechanism of visualization of the rendering. So our senses can appreciate the solidity of existence itself at its peak, which is this infinite level of biology that we call the biosphere of the surface of the planet, which is essentially the masterpiece. It's like the canvas with the final painting of what we built, that what we see, which is what we created as a species, where we live on the surface. But as we go into the book, I'll explain how is it that we got to this beautiful surface. Okay, that will be the next page.